Hi guys, good day, it's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class is all about multiplication of rational algebraic expressions. So without further ado, let's do this topic. So I will give you 6 examples class for you to really understand this one. And we'll be answering this one class step by step. So let me just erase number 4, number 5, and then number 6. Because we don't have enough space class, and then we will be explaining this one step by step. So let's start answering numbers 1, 2, and then 3. Alright, so let me just erase number 4, number 5, and then number 6. Alright, so let's start with example number 1. Now, do you still remember class in multiplication of basic fractions? If I will say 1/2 multiplied by 3 over 5, now what will be the answer class? 1/2 times 3 over 5. That's correct. To multiply fractions, simply multiply the numerator. So multiply the numbers on the top. So 1 times 3, that would be 3. And then multiply the denominators. 2 times 5, that would be equal to 10. So therefore, 1/2 times 3 over 5, the answer is 3 over 10. So in multiplying fractions class, simply multiply the numerator. So 1 times 3 is 3. And then multiply the denominators. 2 times 5, that would be equal to 10. So therefore, the answer is 3 over 10. Now, there's other solution class. What if you have example like this? 3 over 5 multiplied by 2 over 3. What would be the answer class? So once again, you can just simply multiply the numerators. 3 times 2, that would be 6. And then 5 times 3, that would be 15, right? Now check this one out class. Can we reduce the fraction? Because if you can reduce the fraction class, it is mandatory class that you always reduce the fraction to its lowest term. Can we reduce 6 and 15? Yep, we can reduce this one by what number class? That's correct, that would be 3, right? The GCF of 6 and 15, that would be equal to 3. So we can divide this one by 3, divide by 3. 6 divided by 3, that would be 2. And then 15 divided by 3, that would be equal to 5. So therefore, the answer class is 2 over 5. Now, there is another solution for this one class. Another solution class. 3 over 5 multiplied by 2 over 3. So, the other solution class, if the numerator and then the denominator are the same, once again class, it's always numerator and then denominator. Now, if the numerator and then the denominators are the same, we have the same numerator and the denominator. So, it's either numerator, denominator, this one, or numerator, denominator, this one, or numerator, denominator. You can have crisscross. So, numerator and the denominator, then numerator, denominator. If it's the same, you can just simply cancel it out. Okay, so this is the same 3 and 3. So, therefore, we can just simply cancel this out. Because 3 divided by 3, that would be 1. 3 divided by 3, that would be 1. So, we can just simply cancel this out. The greatest common factor of 3 and 3, that's only 3. So, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3, that would be equal to 1. And then simply multiply. So 1 times 2, that would be 2. And then 5 times 1, that would be equal to 5. So you will have the same answer class. Once again class, another example class. If I will say 3 over 5 multiplied by 5 over 3. What would be the answer class? Now if you multiply the numerators, 3 times 5, that would be 15. 5 times 3, that would be 15. Multiply the denominators, that would be 15. Can we divide? Yup, 15 divided by 15, that would be equal to 1. Now, other solution. Once again, if the numerator and then the denominators are the same, we can just simply cancel this out. So, 3 divided by 3 is 1. So, this is 1 and then 1. 5 and 5, we can cancel 5 and 5, same. Numerator and the denominator. So, 5 divided by 5, that would be equal to 1. 5 divided by 5, that would be equal to 1. So, 1 times 1 is 1. And then 1 times 1, that would be equal to 1. And then 1 divided by 1, that would be equal to 1. You will have the same answer class. So that's the thing there class with regards to multiplication. If you have the same numerator and then the same denominator, you can just simply cancel it out. Alright, so let's start with example number 1 for you to really understand this one class. Let's proceed with example number 1 class. Alright, so example number 1, our given, we have 3x squared y cubed over z raised to the power of 4 multiplied by 5 z raised to the power of 6 over 6xy. So once again, class, you check first the numerator and the denominator. If you have the same numerator and the denominator. Nope, we don't have the same numerator and then denominator. So actually, class, you can reduce 3 and 6. For 3 and 6, we can divide this one by 3, right? Because the greatest common factor of 3 and 6, that would be 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and then 6 divided by 3, that would be equal to 2. So we can reduce this one, 3 and 6, but once again, class, it will take time. So let's multiply the numerators and then multiply the denominators. Alright, let's do that. 3 times 5, that would be 15. And then x squared, y cubed multiplied by z raised to the power of 6. So simply copy x squared, y cubed, then z raised to the power of 6 over. So understood that there's 1 here. So once again, class, I hope you're not confused, class. 3 times 5, that would be 15. Then x squared, y cubed times z raised to the power of 6. Simply copy. So x squared, y cubed, z raised to the power of 6. So understood that there's 1 here. 1 times 6, that would be 6. And then xy multiplied by z raised to the power of 4. So simply copy xy and then z raised to the power of 4. Alright, so 15 and 6. Can we divide 15 and 6? Nope, we can never divide at 1, class. If you will divide at 1, class, you will get a decimal answer. And you're not allowed, class, to have a decimal answer. So next question, can we reduce? Yup, we can reduce 15 and 6 by what number, class? That's correct, we can reduce this one by 3. So divide by 3 and then divide by 3. So 15 divided by 3, that would be equal to 5. 6 divided by 3, that would be equal to 2. Alright, so once again, we can divide this one by 3. 15 divided by 3 and then 6 divided by 3. The GCF of 15 and 6, that would be equal to 3. And then for the quotient rule, class, I hope you still remember, class, x squared divide by x, we can just simply subtract the exponent. So copy the base, copy x, subtract the exponent, 2 minus 1, understood that there's 1 here. Alright, so copy x and then 2 minus 1. Copy y, so copy y and then subtract the exponent, understood that there's 1 here, 3 minus 1. And then copy z, subtract the exponent, 6 minus 4. Alright, and then the final answer with regards to example number 1, we have 15 divided by 3 is 5, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and then x, 2 minus 1, that would be 1. So we can write x raised to the power of 1 or simply x, understood that there's 1 here. And then copy y, 3 minus 1, that would be 2. Copy z, 6 minus 4, that would be equal to 2. That's it, class, all set. This is the answer, class, with regards to example number 1. All set, class. Alright, so let me just write the answer here. Once again, class, you paused the video a while ago. This is the answer with regards to example number 1. We have 5 over 2 x y squared z raised to the power of 2. All set, class. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 2. Alright, so example number 2. So do we have the same numerator and then denominator? Nope, we don't have the same numerator and then denominator. Alright, so let me just copy number 2, class. 5r plus 50 over r plus 10 multiplied by r minus 2 over 5. Now check this one out, class. Can we factor this out, 5r and 50? Yep, for number 5, class, and 50, 5 and 50, we can factor this out by 5, right? The greatest common factor of 5 and 50, that would be equal to 5, right? We can divide 5 by 5. We can also divide 50 by 5. So therefore, the GCF of 5 and 50, that would be equal to 5. So we can factor this out by 5. Alright, and then simply divide 5r divided by 5. 5r divided by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. Simply copy r. That would be 1r, or that would be equal to r. Alright, so once again, plus 5r divided by 5, the answer is r. Copy plus sign. 50 divided by 5, that would be equal to 10. Alright, so that would be r plus 10. So once again, class, that would be r plus 10. Now, once again, class, you can always double check your answer, class, if you factor it out correctly by distributive property. You multiply this one, 5 times r, that would be 5r. 5 times 10, that would be 50. Yep, you factor it out correctly. So this is the correct factor. Alright. Alright, and then copy this one. R plus 10 multiplied by r minus 2 over 5. Alright, so we have the same numerator and the denominator. Once again, the same numerator and the denominator, we can just simply cancel this out. Okay, once again, class, same numerator and the denominator, we can just simply cancel this out. Same numerator and then denominator, we can just simply cancel this out. And the remaining is r minus 2. So we can put 1 here, that's okay. We can put 1 here, and then we can put 1 here. We can put 1 here. So 1 times r minus 2, that would be r minus 2. Alright, and then 1 times 1, that would be 1. R minus 2 divided by 1, that would be r minus 2. Or we can just simply copy class r minus 2. The remaining class, that would be r minus 2. That's it, class. Once again, class, we cancel this out because this is the same numerator and the denominator. Once again, class, it's always numerator and then denominator. So cancel this out, same numerator and the denominator. We can cancel this out, same numerator and the denominator. Crisscross, cancel this out. And the remaining, that would be r minus 2. So this is r minus 2. All set. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 2. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 3. Our given, we have x squared minus 8x plus 7 over x squared minus 4 multiplied by x squared plus 2x minus 8 over x squared plus x minus 2. So once again, class, the thing that you need to do, class, to simplify this one or to multiply this one, you need to simplify this one first, applying general trinomials. Factoring trinomials, class, and you have a square. We do have a video for that one, class, factoring general trinomials, and then I will just put the link on the description down below. We call this one, class, quadratic polynomials because the highest exponent is 2. So I will just put the link, class, on the description down below. We do have many examples, class, on how to factor this out, quadratic polynomials. So to factor this out, class, x squared minus 8x plus 7. You find two numbers, class, that when you multiply the two numbers, you will get 7. When you combine the two numbers, you will get negative 8. Of course, the only factors of 7, that's only 1 and 7, right? There's no other number that when you multiply the two numbers, you will get 7. That's only 1 and 7. 1 times 7, that would be equal to 7. Now, since this is negative 8, therefore, class, the two numbers, it should be negative. Because negative 1 combined with negative 7, the answer, class, is negative 8. Once again, class, when you combine the two numbers, you will get negative 8. Therefore, class, it should be negative 1 and then negative 7. Because negative 1 combined with negative 7, both negative, simply copy negative sign and then simply add the number 1 plus 7, that would be 8. Negative 1 plus negative 7, the answer, class, is negative 8. Now, when you multiply the two numbers, negative 1 multiplied by negative 7, negative times negative, that would be positive. 1 times 7, that would be 7. So therefore, class, the factor, class, it should be negative 1 and then negative 7. Negative 1x, copy x, you put 2 parentheses. So put 2x, and the factors, that would be negative 1 and then negative 7. If you apply, class, using the FOIL method, class, I'm sure, class, you will get this answer. Once again, class, if you apply using the FOIL method, class, I'm sure, class, you will get this answer. So therefore, the factor of x squared minus 8x plus 7, there would be x minus 1 and then x minus 7. Because if you combine, there would be negative 8. If you multiply, there would be positive 7. Alright, so this will be 2 parentheses, x minus 1 and then x minus 7. Alright, and then this one, so multiplied by, so we don't have enough space, x minus 1 and then x minus 7. Alright, and then this one, plus x squared minus 4, difference of 2 squares. So to factor this out, plus, simply put 2 parentheses, get the square root of the first term, the square root of x squared. Once again, plus, difference of 2 squares, very easy, class, to factor this out. You put 2 parentheses, simply get the square root of the first term, the square root of x squared, that would be x. So you put 2x. And then get the square root of the last term, the square root of 4, that would be 2. You put 2 2's. Okay, 2 and then 2. And then put plus and then minus sign. Plus and then minus sign. That's it, class. Even, class, you apply the FOIL method, class, I'm sure, class, you will get this answer. Alright, and then this one, multiplied by, so factor this out, x squared plus 2x minus 8. So what are the factors of 8? So 8, that would be 1 times 8, and then 4 times 2. So you find two numbers, class, that when you multiply the two numbers, you will get 8. You will get negative 8, because this is negative 8. When you combine the two numbers, you will get positive 2. So therefore, class, one number should be negative, because this is negative 8. When you multiply the two numbers, class, and then one number is negative, the answer, class, is always negative. Multiplying unlike signs, the answer, class, it's always negative. Now, it is impossible, class, that we will be selecting 1 and 8, because if we combine 1 and 8, 1 plus 8, that would be 9. If we subtract 8 minus 1, that would be 7. It is impossible, class, that we can get positive 2. How about this one, class? We choose negative 4. Once again, class, one number should be negative because this is negative 8. If we multiply negative 4 times 2, that would be negative 8. If we combine negative 4 combined with positive 2, can we get positive 2? Nope. Negative 4 plus 2, that would be negative 2. 4 is greater than 2. We copy the sign. That would be negative 2. So therefore, this is not the factor. How about if we select positive 4 and then negative 2? Positive 4 multiplied by negative 2. Can we get negative 8? Yep, we can get negative 8. Alright, if we combine positive 4 combined with negative 2, can we get positive 2? Yup, we can get positive 2 because 4 is greater than 2. So we can get positive 2. So therefore, the factors, there would be, so put 2 parentheses, there would be x, positive 4, the other one, there would be x minus 2. Alright, over, so this one x squared plus x minus 2. So you find two numbers, class, that when you multiply the two numbers, you will get 2. When you combine, you will get positive 1. So you will get negative 2. What are the factors of 2, class? That's correct. That's only 1 and 2. There's no other number, class, that when you multiply the two numbers, you will get 2. That's only 1 and 2. Now, since this is negative 2, one number, class, should be negative. If we select negative 1 and then positive 2, negative 1 multiplied by positive 2, can we get negative 2? Yep, we can get negative 2. How about if we combine negative 1 combined with positive 2? Can we get positive 1? Yep. 2 is greater than 1. So once again, class, unlike sign, subtract 2 minus 1 is 1. Now 2 is greater than 1. We copy the sign of 2. That would be positive 1. Yep, we can select this one, class. This will be our factor. We have x, we put 2x, x, and then x. We have negative 1 and then positive 2. Alright, so almost done, class. Almost done, class. So check this one out, class. Numerator and then denominator. If we have the same numerator and then denominator. Alright, so we have the same numerator and then denominator. We can just simply cancel this out. Alright, so this one, we have the same numerator and then denominator. Numerator and the denominator the same. Yep, we can just simply cancel this out. So anything, class, same numerator and the denominator. This one, x plus 4. This is x plus 2. X minus 7. And then this is x plus 2. Nope, there's no other number. How about this one, class? Can we cancel this out, class? This expression, x plus 2 and then x plus 2. Can we cancel this out? Nope, you can never cancel that out, class, because these are both denominators. It must be numerator and then denominator. We cannot cancel this out, class, because this is denominator, this is denominator. So once again, class, you can only cancel, class, same numerator and then denominator. Same numerator, denominator. Same numerator and then denominator. So therefore, our final answer, we have x minus 7, copy, x plus 4, copy, over, copy this one, x plus 2, and then x plus 2. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 3, all set. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 3. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 4, number 5, and then number 6. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 4. Our given, we have 9r cubed minus 54r squared over 9r squared plus 45r multiplied by 9r squared minus 9r over 9r cubed minus 54r squared. Alright, so do we have the same numerator and then denominator? Yup. This one, class, we have the same numerator and then denominator, right? Same numerator and then denominator. We can just simply cancel this out. Easy as that, class. We can just simply cancel this out. How about this one, class? Is this the same numerator and then denominator? Nope. This is not the same, class. So we can factor this out. Once again, class, we just simply cancel this out. So the remaining, we have 9r squared minus 9r over 9r squared plus 45r. Alright, so let's start with this one. 9r squared minus 9r. Can we factor this out? Yup, we can factor this out by 9. We can divide 9 by 9. We can also divide 9 by 9. So how about for r squared and then r? Can we factor this out? Yup, we can factor this out by r. Select the variable class with the least exponent. So we'll be selecting r. Alright, and then simply divide this one. 9r squared divide 9r. So 9 divided by 9 is 1. R squared divided by r, that would be equal to r. Simply subtract the exponent, 2 minus 1. So understood that there's 1 here, 2 minus 1, that would be equal to 1. So 1r raised to the power of 1, or we can just simply write r. So simply write r. Alright, and then we can just simply copy minus sign. Alright, or we can just simply divide this one. Negative 9r divide 9r. So negative 9 divided by positive 9. Negative divided by positive, that would be negative. 9 divided by 9, that would be equal to 1. Once again, class. Negative 9 divided by positive 9, that would be negative 1. And then we can just simply cancel r. Same letter and then same exponent, simply cancel. So that would be negative 1. Once again, class, you can always double check your answer, class, by simply distributive property, by applying distributive property. Alright, so 9r times r, that would be 9r squared. Simply distribute, and then 9r times negative 1, that would be negative 9r. Yup, we factor it out correctly. So this will be the factor, that would be 9r and then r minus 1 over this one. Alright, so factor this out. 9r squared plus 45r. So what will be the greatest common factor, class, of 9 and 45? That's correct. That will be equal to 9. So we can divide 9 by 9. We can also divide 45 by 9. And then for r squared and r, select the variable with the least exponent. So we'll be selecting r, and then simply divide 9r squared divided by 9r. That would be r. So once again, 9r squared divide 9r. 9 divided by 9 is 1. R squared divided by r, that would be equal to r. So 1r or r. Alright, and then this one, 45r divide 9r. So 45 divided by 9, that would be 5. R divided by r, same letter and then same exponent. Cancel this out. So that would be equal to 5. Positive 5. Alright, and then you can always double check your answer by distributive property. 9r times r, that would be 9r squared. 9r times 5, that would be positive 45r. Yup, we factored it out correctly. So this will be 9r, the factors, and then r plus 5. Alright, and then we can just simply cancel this out. Same numerator and then denominator, 9r and then 9r, cancel this out. And our final answer with regards to example number 4, that would be r minus 1 over r plus 5. That's it, class. All set. Once again, class, you can never cancel r and r, class, because we have minus sign and then plus sign. This will be our final answer, class, with regards to example number 4. All set, class. Alright, so let me just write the answer here. Our final answer. So final answer, we have r minus 1 over r plus 5. All set. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 5. Now, how about you try this one, class? Example number 6. And then you put your answer, class, on the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. So you try to answer this one, class, number 6, and then you put your answer, class, on the comment section down below. So for number 6, class, you factor this out, quadratic polynomials. And then this one, class, you factor this out by 8m. So we can factor 8 by 8. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. And then 56 divided by 8, there would be 7. So the GCF of 8 and 56, there would be 8. And then for m squared and m, simply select m. So once again, class, you try to answer number 6. And then you put your answer, class, on the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. Alright, so for number 5, so we have n minus 1 over 8n squared multiplied by 8n squared over 6n cubed plus 48n squared. Alright, so same numerator and then denominator. We can just simply cancel this out. And the remaining, we have n minus 1 over, copy this one, 6n cubed plus 48n squared. Alright, so can we factor this out? Yep, we can factor this out by 6, right? We can divide 6 by 6. We can also divide 48 by 6. Alright, so we can factor this out. So copy n minus 1. So we don't have enough space. Let's copy n minus 1. And then factor this out. So 6n cubed plus 48n squared. So we can factor this out by 6. And then for n cubed and then n squared, select the variable with the 6n cubed plus 48n squared. Alright, so can we factor this out? 6 and then 48. Yup, the greatest common factor of 6 and 48, there would be 6. And then for n cubed and then n squared, select the variable with the least exponent. So we'll be selecting n squared. So copy the numerator, n minus 1 over, so 6n cubed. So we can factor this out, 6n cubed plus 48n squared. So for 6 and 48, there will be 6. We can divide 6 by 6. We can also divide 48 by 6. And then for n cubed and then n squared, select the variable with the least exponent. So we'll be selecting n squared. And then simply divide this one. Okay, we don't have enough space, class. So let me just erase this one, class. Okay, so you pause the video, class. I'll be erasing number 4. This is the answer for number 4. Alright, so 6n cubed divide 6n squared. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. N cubed divided by n squared, that would be n. Subtract the exponent, 3 minus 2, that would be 1. So 1n raised to the power of 1, or we can just simply write n. So this will be n, copy plus sign. Alright, and then 48n squared divide 6n squared. So 48 divided by 6, that would be 8. N squared divided by n squared, we can just simply cancel this out. Same letter and then same exponent, simply cancel. So that would be 8. Alright, so this will be 6n squared multiplied by n plus 8. Once again, class, you can always double check your answer, class, by distributive property. 6n squared times n, that would be 6n cubed. And then 6n squared times 8, that would be positive 48n squared. Yep, you factor it out correctly. So therefore, can we cancel this out? N minus 1 and then n plus 8? Nope, we can never cancel this out, class. So therefore, class, this will be our final answer, class, with regards to example number 5. We cannot cancel this out, class, because we have a minus sign. And this one, this is not the same. N minus 1, this is n plus 8. We can never cancel this out. So therefore, class, this will be our final answer, class, with regards to example number 5. Our final answer, we have n minus 1 over 6n squared and then n plus 8. That's it, class, all set. This is the answer, class, with regards to example number 5. So once again, class, you try to answer number 6 and then you put your answer, class, on the comment section down below. Alright, so once again, class, I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.